Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right, we'll set that aside. We do have a crude oil inventory report this morning. Crude is in its first trade of the morning in the short. Unleaded the same, also in a short. That was a get in sync. And crude was a get in sync as well. YM has a possible get in sync. Market will open in less than 3 minutes. Soybeans has gone too far. We'll look for a new setup there. Micro Russell, that one stopped out, so that trade is off the table. And the pound Aussie, depends on how you play this one. It was in this short. This would have been a stop and reverse, so the adjusted entry would have been 393. And it didn't get there before setting up a new short triggered. So that canceled the stop and reverse. Still in the original short. You have two choices. One, you keep the stop at 393, or you put the stop back to the original at 401. If you chose 393, you just stopped out. If you chose 401, choose 401, we're still in the short. Given the character, I want to get away from that 50 just a little bit more than it is. So I would have gone back to the 401. And things are going slowly. Orange label report, new home sales at 10. Would be aware, but not can do anything with that at the moment. Less than a minute to market open. $45 seconds. Entry, it looks like it's 79. $15 seconds. Market open, and we should maybe the next time it comes down, there's a so if you're not in, we will get in sync with this long trade there, and there it is. The long trade is live. And there is money management and target. Yep, definitely target one. Too small, so we've gone to target 2 at 25, and that is a winner. One and done. We're still trailing at 707. And out at 707. Soybeans picking up a short trade. Soybean showing a definite double top there. Let's see if it can continue down. All right, so pound Aussie, I would say, is still in this short trade. Micro Russell, long trade. That was way too early. A little bit of a wick on this. No need for adjustment of the money management, but we'll stay with target 3. There's money management on the Micro Russell. I will put unleaded up here over top of the YM since it's done. Micro NQ has gone too far. That trade is too early. And there is target. Money management and target. So target 2 achieved, working for target 3. Micro Russell up through target 4. So targets 3 and 4 and trailing at 480.8. And trailing on the Micro NQ as well. 850 flat. Just missing target 3. Crude still short. Unleaded still short. Unleaded starting to push down toward the 50 EMA. Soybeans testing the 200. Micro Russell stops out. Or 80.8. And now we go short on the Micro Russell. down tick, so that would be 78.5. And the micro NQ also stopping out. Target 2 and trailer ticker 2 beyond target 1. Pound Aussie back to the entry. The original short entry. We get a full stop out and back to a long on the micro Russell. For one tick for money management. To 7. So a win and a loss. Actually make that a win and 2 losses. May have been avoidable. We'll have to look at that. We're in a new short on the micro NQ. Soybeans, target 1. So that'll be a one and done session there as well. Still with targets 2, 3, and trail in play. 11 ticks. And a loss on the micro NQ. Unleaded, pushing hard on the 50 EMA. Short trade on the micro Russell. Down 1, so we'll be at 78 flat. Just missing money management there. A couple of ticks. And another loss. I'm going to check this one to see if it was avoidable. There is our setup. There's our entry. That's really what we're interested in, is how fast was the entry. So now we'll make that a 4-second chart. All right, there we are. So 8 seconds after we were back below, we hit the entry 2 or 3 more times. So, yep, that would be a loss, not a trade we could get away from. So, fill that one, go back here, and that actually ends the session. We've got 3 losses. So a win and 3 losses on the Micro Russell. A win and a loss on the Micro NQ. Soybeans working its way down to the session open. 12 1/4. Still in the original crude and unleaded trades. And still in the original short on the pound Aussie. All right, we got to 12 1/4. We need one more tick, 12 flat for target 2 on soybeans. Stop is at 16 flat. Entry was 16 1/4. Unleaded testing the 50 EMA. There's a little push. And just a little bit more. Money management is 27, 527. There it is, money management on unleaded. Target 1 at 522. Got as low as 524. Two more trades. Another loss. We are done already on the Micro Russell. That's now had a loss on the long and now in the short after our 3rd loss. Target 2 on soybeans. So we now go to target 3 for our final fixed target goal. 11 and 17, 28 ticks, 7 points in hand. Another half point on the trailer at this point. 1 tick times 2 positions. Low on unleaded is still 524. Need 2 more ticks for target 1. And there it is, target 1. So target 1 traders on unleaded will be done when this trade completes. YM was 1 and done. Soybean will be 1 and done when this trade completes. Target 1 unleaded will be 1 and done. We need to get to target 2 for that trade plan to be done on unleaded. Crude still short. Micro Russell short was successful. We're done with that trade plan. Soybeans within 1 tick of target 3. I would move that to move your stop on that position to target 2. Don't want to risk too much on that last tick. And there it is. Target 3. 11, 17, and 24. Made 52 ticks on the targets. $13 points. And we're about to start trailing now on soybeans. Close of this bar looks like we're going to get $15.25. Actually, now it's going to go to 15 flat. Short trade on micro NQ. Trade number 3 of the morning. There is stop move on soybeans to 15 flat. So 5 ticks on the trailer. 13 points in hand. Pound Aussie still at the entry. Unleaded trailing now. $5.58. Yeah, $5.58. The entry was $5.64. So 6 ticks on the trailer. Target 1 was 42 ticks. Target 2 on micro NQ. Looking for target 3. That is win number 2. Win 2 wins and a loss. Magnitude of the second win is yet to be determined, but we have got a target in hand. Status quo. Looks to me like we probably got low enough to trigger the trailer on the micro NQ, but yeah, we closed up above the line we're trailing. That's going to be a stop and reverse positive at 1650. So now in the long trade on the micro NQ. Unleaded stops out at 551, 564, 13 ticks, 55 ticks for target 1 traders. Target 2 traders get 26, 2 positions at the 13 ticks, and are looking for another trade. And we take a full loss on that long trade on the micro NQ. So 2 wins, 2 losses. And likely be slightly negative there. Let's see. Did we get to the stop? Stop was at 801, and we hit it on those. So 2 wins, 2 losses. 1 more loss or 2 more trades. Soybeans, it's up another point on the trailer, 10.14. Crude still long. Pound Aussie still short. I'm sorry, crude still short. Pound Aussie still short. Soybeans, trailing position only remaining on its short. And unleaded is flat. No 10 a.m. crude session because of the crude report. And the one trade will be our only trade for the 9 a.m. session when it's complete. Now we may, if we get close within 5 minutes or so of the crude report, I will exit the crude trade. We are getting new home sales right now at 10. In fact, we may get another move down to 13.25 on soybeans, close of this bar. Pound Aussie now trying to make some progress. Crude still up near its stop on the short. Session highs has held since, what was it, around, yeah, since around 8:30, just after 8:30. At 64.44. Got a stop move to 13.25 on soybeans. And crude stops out. So that ends the crude session. Full stop out. Short trade setup on micro NQ. Got about 8 more minutes. Really little short trade on the unleaded. Money management at 522. Target 2 at 519. Just 13 ticks, but that would be enough. Actually, even a money management at 522 would give us power of quitting for the day. Not quite a stand down yet, but almost. Pound Aussie testing the 50 EMA again. Micro NQ short still valid. We'll see if unleaded can get there. Okay, the unleaded stops at 51. We can get down to 22 for money management. That will get us to POQ. We got down to 25, which was target 1, but that isn't going to do anything. We'll have to close down this stream in about 4 to 5 minutes so we can get ready for the crude oil inventory report. Micro NQ short did trigger in. It is valid, but we'll have to track it manually because it hit stop and entry on the same bar. So the calculator will not track it. It hit stop first and then the entry. So it is a valid trade. That is the 5th trade on Micro NQ. And we get money management. And there's target. 13 ticks on target. The entry is 532, so 531 for the break-even stop. And that will get us to power of quitting for unleaded. We can let that go for approximately another, I'd give it at least another 13 minutes. Or 12 minutes, 12 to 13 minutes. Look to get out about 5 minutes before the crude inventory report. So that's at least 39 ticks, 40 ticks. See where we can get to on that trade. Actually, I think that went back up to the stop. So 40 ticks net on unleaded. That's going to be an intra-bar stop out, but the calculator is probably going to continue to track it if it in fact closes lower. Pound Aussie taking heat. And taking a third loss on the micro NQ. That's going to be a down day there. That completes that trade plan. Unleaded back where it belongs. And time to close it down. We are in the soybeans trade still trailing. And I think the only other thing that, we're still in the pound Aussie. But everything else is done. Yeah, we're done with unleaded. So yeah, pound Aussie and soybeans, the only active trades. Soybeans, this is the power quitting trade anyway, so as soon as this trade is over, that trade plan is done, and it only has the trailing position remaining. So pound Aussie would be our only active chart. So it's time to close it down. We'll see you back in about 10 minutes for the crude oil inventory report. Hey everybody, have a good one. See you shortly.